Okay, well, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll go back to gallery view. Okay. Well, I'm Crystal, and I'm excited to see all of you beautiful ladies from around the world. We'll be doing prayer and Pilates today. And in case you're wondering, because those two things might not seem to go together a lot, I'm a trained Pilates teacher and a trained spiritual director. And so since I got those trainings, I've been trying to find ways to integrate both of those together to pray, which today we'll be praying through Scripture. Hi, Joy. And we'll, as we hear from the Lord, we'll take what we hear from the Lord and bring that into exercising and moving our bodies in Pilates. I love the idea, the hope of being able to bring all of who we are, body and soul and heart, to the Lord all together. So we'll be kind of exploring today on what that might look like for you and for me. I keep exploring and learning, so I hope we can all learn together. Today's time, we'll start with a little very simple art project, and we'll take that as we pray through Scripture and listen to the Lord and what He might have to say to us this morning. And then with that, we'll take whatever word, thought, image we hear from that time, and we'll bring that into our Pilates workout. And then after that, we'll just take some time to share what the Lord might have done or stirred in our hearts. So I had written, hopefully you have 2 pieces of paper and a pen and scissors. If you don't, you can run it and get that quickly. We'll need that for the start. I'm kneeling before the computer, so I'm going to scoot back. I just wanted you to see me a little closer to start with, bigger. Now I'm going to go back and get the art supplies. Take my glasses off now that I can see you that way. So, and the theme today is hands. So you'll see just in Scripture, hands, and then also as we work out what that looks like to really use our hands to help us be strong as we work out our bodies. So we'll start with the piece of paper that you got. So take your piece of paper, and I want you to take your left hand, put it on the paper, and just trace your hand. Like I said, it's a very simple project, but take easy for most of you if you're right-handed. The next one won't be as easy, but trace your right hand onto that paper.
Right hand.
Yes, or sorry, your left hand. I'm sorry, left hand on the paper. And then when you're done with that, I just want you to just reflect on anything that you've brought into this time so far. So any worries, any desires, people, places, things that you're just bringing into this time. And I want you to write down on that hand some of those desires or worries that you're bringing into this time with the Lord. So just write those things down on the inside of the hand. And we won't have a lot of time to do this whole project, so I would encourage you during the coming week just to revisit this time and what the Lord has taught you, just to go deeper. So then we'll take the second piece of paper, and I want you to trace your right hand. So spread your fingers out wide and trace your right hand on the second piece of paper. And then I want you to cut out the hand. So cut out your right hand on that piece of paper. And as you're putting out that hand, I just want you to think through where this morning you might want and desire a touch from the Lord, and where you might desire to touch the Lord. Or maybe a new thought of, what is it like for me to touch the Lord, to want to touch the Lord, or to want to be touched by Him. And then I want you to take that same hand, so the right hand, and I want you to write the reference for the verse, Isaiah 41, verse 10, on it, across that hand, the right hand, or the righteous right hand of the Lord. So as we continue on in our hand theme, Isaiah 41:10. So you have the one hand with your cares, your worries, your desires, and then you have the cutout hand, which is representing the hands of the Lord in your life, Isaiah 41:10, his righteous right hand. And just place his righteous right hand, the Isaiah 41:10, on top of the first hand that you drew. So they're just stacked on top of each other. His hand covering over the things that you're holding on to. And as you do that, I just want you to find a place, whether it's find a place where you feel like you are needing or wanting to touch the Lord or be touched, and actually lay your hands on either on the cutout of his hand, maybe it's under his hand, maybe both of your hands are sandwiching the hands that you cut out, but physically just put your hand under, over, wherever you feel like you want to touch the Lord today or be touched by him. So you just have a physical experience of what it's like to actually touch the hand, touch his hand, and be touched. And then as you do that, I just want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to read that verse. And I just want you to let the word wash over you as I read from the scripture. And then just note any word, phrase, or image that sticks out to you, as I'll read the verse several times, but the first time just notice any word or phrase that sticks out to you from Isaiah 41:10. And just leave your hand wherever it is on those hands. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So just noting any word or phrase or image that sticks out to you. And then I'm going to read it a second time. And the second time, I want you to note any emotion that the Lord might stir in your heart. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And then I'll read it one more time in a different version, the message. And just rest with whatever word or phrase the Lord might have stirred in you, or maybe you're feeling nothing. It doesn't have to be positive, but whatever you're experiencing or whatever is foremost in your heart. Just sit with that with the Lord. Don't panic. I'm with you. There's no need to fear, for I'm your God. I'll give you strength. I'll help you. I'll hold you steady. Keep a firm grip on you. And then just take just a minute to write down either a word, phrase, image, emotion that the Lord might have stirred in your heart, or even what you're feeling as you have reflected on those verses, on the word, in the presence of the Lord. And then we'll just, I'll let you get situated for Pilates. We'll take whatever that word is. Just remember that word or phrase as we go into working out our bodies with Pilates. And I want you to just think of what is it like for you to invite Jesus to be with you as you move your body. So if you need to move things around, I'm going to move the papers out of the way. Hopefully we'll all get warmed up, so took my sweater off. And as we start, we'll just start with some breathing. Again, thinking about your hands and how you can use your hands as we work out. So just start seated. And you're going to take your hands, place them on the front of your rib cage. And we'll just take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you're breathing, trying to relax your shoulders, feeling the air widen and deepen as your belly goes out and in. And then we'll take our hands, place them on the sides of our ribs, so on filling your rib cage. As you inhale, you're feeling your rib cage expand out to the side. And exhale. As you exhale, really squeezing those ribs together, engaging your belly. Inhaling, expanding your ribs, kind of like an accordion, out to the side. And exhaling through your mouth. Couple more breaths. Again, bringing that word to mind that the Lord might have showed you. And exhaling, relaxing your neck, relaxing your throat, relaxing your shoulders. Last breath. And then in the last thing, take your hands, put them behind you so you're on the back of your rib cage. And just try to find a more comfy place for your shoulders. If you have tight shoulders, it could be a little hard. As you breathe, think of breathing the back of your ribs into your hands. So inhaling and exhaling. On the inhale, breathing in, I touch you, Lord. And exhaling, you touch me. Inhaling and exhaling. Last breath. And exhaling. Then we'll come to our backs. Just a little bit more, waking up that lower back. You're going to lie on your back and bring your arms out to a T on the floor. I don't have a floor, but you'll have to imagine that. And press those arms into the floor. So your hands are working, your arms are working. You're going to take one knee up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, pull that other knee up. And we're just going to take our knees over to the left as you keep your right shoulder on the mat. And exhale, bringing them back to center. Inhaling to the other side. And exhaling back to center. So just really stretching through that low back, being careful of your own body. You need to modify, if you need to just rest and come back to the breathing, that's totally fine. I just want you to care for your own bodies as we're working, trying to keep those knees together and stretching that low back, using your belly to bring those knees back to center. One more on each side. Relaxing your shoulders. Last one. And coming to center. You're going to place both feet back on the mat. Your hands are pressing into the mat. So as you press those hands, you're using those triceps. You're going to take an inhale. Your feet are hip-width apart. You're going to exhale. Curl your tailbone up to the ceiling for a shoulder bridge. Pressing into those shoulders. Reaching those knees forward. Reaching those hips high to the ceiling. Exhale and walk that spine down the mat. So you're just mobilizing your spine right now, giving it a little stretch. For some of us, it's early morning, so you need to get that spine working. And exhale, softening through your throat, through your chest, keeping those hips high even as the rest of your spine lowers down onto the mat. We'll do two more. Exhaling, pulling that belly in, curling that spine to the ceiling, reaching those knees away from you, pressing into the backs of those arms so that your shoulders are taking the weight of your body, not so much your head. And last one, use that belly, pull that belly in, curling those hips up to the ceiling, reaching those knees away from you. And exhaling that whole spine. You're going to take an exhale, bringing your right knee to the ceiling. Take an exhale, bring that left knee to the ceiling. We're going to do hundreds, and I'll level it. So if you need to bring your feet back down, if you need to bring your head down, if your neck's hurting, please do that. We'll start with our legs up. Your arms will go overhead. Take a big inhale. Exhale, curling up into that ab curl, and start pumping your arms like you're slapping water. Inhaling for 5, and exhaling for 5. Inhaling, and exhaling, squeezing those knees together. Really strong hands and really strong arms, so the stronger your hands can be. You don't want just little flailing hands. Then your whole arm is working. And exhale. It's called the hundreds because we do 100. Anytime you need to lower down, please do that. Next level is legs up to the ceiling. And exhale. Next level is right leg lowers down to the floor. And lifts. Keep pumping. If your neck hurts, you can put one hand behind your head to support your neck. Right leg lowers. And lifts. And left leg lowers. And lifts. Then the highest version is lowering your legs. And exhale. One more set of these. And exhale. Both legs up to the ceiling. One little brain teaser. You're going to crisscross your legs as you pump, which if you haven't done it, it's a little harder than it seems it would be. Pumping and crisscrossing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And roll back down. Hug your knees to your chest. On the floor, take your hips from side to side. Breathing. Coming to the center, taking your head from side to side. Relaxing that neck. And then pressing out to straight legs. You're going to squeeze your legs together. Actually, let's start with bent knees. For the roll up. Arms overhead. Feel like you're holding on to a little pole, so you're going to make strong fists with your hands. You're going to inhale, curl up, hold on to the back of your knees. As you walk yourself up, you're going to stretch your legs long, bring your arms over your feet, and then curl yourself back. As you come back, you can drag your feet towards you, bend your knees, and come all the way down. Inhaling up, curling up, trying to bend your spine as much as you can. Stretch your legs out, flex your feet, curl over. Pulling those shoulders back. Your low belly is pulling in. Your low spine is going onto the mat first, and then rolling back, bending those knees. Inhaling up, grabbing onto the backs of those legs and curling. And lifting up and reaching forward, curling down. And if you want a little more challenge, you're going to curl up with straight legs. Come on up. Lift up and over that beach ball where your belly is. And curl back. Again, curl halfway. Take an inhale. Curl it a little bit more. Take an inhale. Pull that belly in. See if you can get that low back onto the mat before your upper back comes onto the mat. And inhaling up. Curling up and over those toes, pulling those shoulders back, belly pulls in, reach those heels away from you. Try to keep your legs on the mat the whole time. Last one, curling up, lifting up and over those toes, maybe grabbing onto those feet, giving yourself a little more stretch. And then rolling yourself all the way back. You're going to hug that right knee into your chest, giving yourself a stretch. As you hug the right knee in, I want you to really stretch that left leg long so the right back of your hip is stretching and your left hip flexor is stretching. Stretch that leg up to the ceiling, pull it towards you, and release. We're just stretching. Again, as we stretch, bringing to mind, what is it like to invite Jesus into this workout? Is he stretching with you? Is he holding you? Is he laughing with you? How might he want to be interacting with you as you work out? And then you're going to lower that leg halfway down. Grab onto the widest part of your thigh. Your left foot is flexed. You're going to walk up that leg in a, it's called tree. Lift up your waist and chest at the top, and then keep that leg still as you walk yourself down. And if this is pretty tough, you can do a little teeter-totter, kind of teeter-totter yourself up, and then walk up. And I see some feet in the air, nice, and walk yourself down. And curl that spine, really use those hands against that strong leg. Lift your waist, lift your chest, and walk yourself down, curling that spine, reaching that left leg long along the mat. Last one, curling up, staying up, lift that chest and waist, flex your foot and point. And flex and point, circle your foot to the right, and watch your foot as it's circling all the way, and circle to the left, your pinky toes, your big toe, your whole ankle. And then walk yourself down that leg, keeping it as still as you can. Pressing those arms into the mat. You're going to lift that leg up to the ceiling. Refine that left leg, the back of the left leg pressing into the mat. You're going to circle your leg across your body and down, around, and up. Inhaling across, exhaling around. If you've forgotten what your hands are doing, press those hands strongly into the mat to help keep your shoulders from rocking from side to side, and continuing to use that whole arm and those triceps. As you cross over, think about both inner thighs rotating toward each other. And last one, this direction. And we'll reverse directions, crossing over and exhaling around. Now might be a good time to bring to mind whatever those words were that he spoke to you. How do those relate to moving your body? Something hard, maybe this is an easy exercise for you. Last one. And just hug that knee back into your chest. Switching legs, hug the left knee into your chest. Stretch that right leg long along the mat, flexing that right foot. Again, so you're stretching the left back of your hip and right front of your hip as you stretch that leg long. Press that leg up to the ceiling, pulling it towards you and releasing, just to stretch that hamstring a little bit. And then lower that leg halfway down. Grab onto that widest part of your thigh as you walk yourself up that tree, lifting your chest and waist, keeping that leg straight and strong, and walking yourself down. Your right foot is flexed and pressing into the mat, walking up that left leg, lift your chest and waist, lower your shoulders, and walk yourself down. 2 more. Coming up, really watch that you're not hunched forward to get that leg lifting up tall. Walk yourself down. Last one. Walking up, staying up, lift your chest, lift your waist, flex, and point that foot. Really flex, really point. Circling to the right. So fun to see all your faces. Circling to the left. And walk yourself all the way down, pressing those hands, pressing those arms into the mat. Leg lifts up to the ceiling, crossing over your body for leg circles down, around and up. Inhaling across, exhaling around. Inhaling and exhaling. As your leg crosses over your midline, trying not to let that right foot rock from side to side. You're using both inner thighs rotating toward each other to keep those legs solid. Last one in this direction. And we'll circle the other way around. Take note of any tension in your neck or shoulders. Relaxing that neck. And keeping that left leg as straight as you can, and your right leg. 2 more. And last one. And hug that knee into your chest. Use that knee to rock yourself up to sitting. Come to the front of your mat. The biggest thing is just make sure there's nothing behind you that you're going to hit your head on or roll into. Your heels are together, toes are apart. You're going to lift your feet off the mat or the floor. Grab onto those shins. Your knees are wide, pressing into the crooks of your elbows. You're going to curl your spine. This is rolling like a ball. So you're going to roll that not onto your head, but just your shoulders. So your hands are around your knees, grabbing onto those ankles. You're pulling your knees up to the ceiling. You're looking down at your belly the whole time, and you're going to rock back and roll forward. Rolling back and forward. This is a big breathing one, so just have fun with it. I really love imagining Jesus rocking with me, because it's just fun. Fun use of our bodies, way to massage our spine and be childlike in our movements. Some of us roll more like a block than a ball, but that's okay too. 2 more, looking down at your belly. And last one. Press those feet into the mat. Bring your hands behind you so your fingertips are facing your fingers, your toes. And then you're going to press into your hands, lift your chest. Just let yourself have a little stretch. You need to kind of move your head around your neck, but really press that chest forward, stretching through your chest, stretching through your shoulders, relaxing your neck. Pressing into those heels, lifting your bones up and through your hands. You're going to roll back, grab your right knee to your chest. Your left leg is out long. Your outside hand is on your ankle. Inside hand is on your knee. And again, if your neck starts to hurt, you can just lower your head. If not, you're going to curl up and switch your legs and switch. Pull that knee in and pull, pull. Really use your hands, use those biceps to pull that knee in. And breathe, really breathe on this one. This is the ab series, so we have 4 more to go, so pace yourself. Last set. Both knees into your chest. You're going to stretch your arms and legs out long. Circle your arms around and bend your knees back in. As your arms go overhead, try not to lower your head to the mat. 2 more. Last one. Both legs up to the ceiling. You're going to scissor your legs, hold on to the right leg, and you're going to pulse. Pulse the leg towards you. Scissor, pulse, 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 pulse. Breathe, breathe. See if you can curl up a little higher. You can have one hand behind your head. Last set. Both legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head. Take an inhale, curl up, lower those legs, and lift. And you can do one leg, because I don't want you to feel tension in that lower back. If you feel like you can do both legs. And try to keep that back from arching off the mat. So don't go down as low. And last one, if your back is arching. And last one, twist to the knee and twist, twist, twist. Wide elbows, thinking of your chest reaching to the knee and really rotating that waist. Last set. And come back down for a well-deserved little rest. Bring your knees together and just circle your knees, massaging that low back. And circle the other way. Taking your head from side to side. As you breathe. And then rock yourself up to sitting. So if you have tight hamstrings, if you have a thicker mat, you can roll that up under your booty so you have a little more room for your hamstrings, or sit on a yoga block, or bend your knees. If not, if your hamstrings are stretchy, you're going to have your feet mat width apart or a little wider than your hip bones. Your feet are flexed. You're going to bring your arms overhead like you're against a wall. You're going to nod your chin to your chest, peeling your head off the wall, peeling your upper body off the wall, peeling your mid-back off the wall, pulling that belly in, lower back. And then finally, reaching that head towards the floor as you continue to round your spine, reaching those arms parallel to the ground. Take another breath, see if you can go a little lower. Take another breath, pull that belly in, and stack your spine up that imaginary wall. Try not to pop through the wall, so try not to bend back, and then as you come up, try not to arch your back as well. Take an inhale, exhale, nod your chin to your chest, peel that upper body off the wall, try not to hinge forward just yet. Curling and curling. Use that belly, really bending that spine, keeping those arms high, at least parallel to the ground, and curling more. And you go down a little further. And then exhale, pulling that belly in, pulling that waist in, lengthening that waist to stack yourself up. One more like that. Exhale, nodding your chin to your chest, curling forward, off that wall. Keep breathing, and then stack yourself back up. We're going to bring both of our legs together and come over to your belly. So your legs can be squeezing together. If you feel like your low back is a little tight today, you can just separate your legs about hip-width apart. And we'll start with both hands stacked on top of each other. So wrist to wrist, kind of on your elbows a little bit. Then you're going to rest your head on your hands. And then you're going to lift your eyes, nose, chin, chest off the floor, but your hands are going to stay on the floor. So this is what it looks like. Take an inhale, squeeze those shoulders back, lengthen the crown of your head, slide your chest forward as you lift your eyes, your nose, your chin, and your chest, and then lengthen back down, trying to get your chest farther forward even as you lengthen down. Pull those shoulders back, lengthen the crown of your head, use that belly, pull that belly in and off the mat as you lift up, squeeze those shoulder blades back, and then lengthen yourself down. This next time, if you want to bring your hands up, if you want to glue them to your forehead and bring those up, you can. Shoulders down, coming on up, lifting eyes, nose, chin, chest, and lowering back down. Now you're going to place your hands right under those armpits. Your elbows are high. You're going to squeeze your elbows into your waist and then press your elbows down to the mat. Your forehead starts on the mat. Lengthen out, same movement. Chest reaches forward, pull that belly in as you come up just about halfway. Pull that belly in so you can get your hip bones to stay on the mat. A little different from a yoga snake, or whatever that's called, cobra, some kind of a snake. Elbows in and down, lengthening out. Keeping those hip bones on the mat as you lift up. You can lift up as high as your back will allow. I don't want anybody's back hurting, but I also don't want your hip bones to come off the mat. And then pull your hands towards you to lengthen your spine all the way down. Keep pulling those shoulders back. Last one, elbows in, elbows down. Press the crown of your head out long as you slide your chest forward. Keep those elbows squeezing. Coming on up. And if you're all the way up, we'll just try a little fun swan dive. So you're just going to use the backs of your legs to lift and lift your arms and come up. Lift your legs and arms and come up. And last one, come up. And then just bend your knees and sit back on your hips, stretching that low back. Take a big inhale. And stretch that upper back and exhale all the way down. Walk your hands out over to the right. Stretch that left hip away from you as you breathe. Coming back to the center, one more breath. And then over to the left, stretching through that right waist. And coming back up, we'll end before we stretch with a little kind of plank work and cat stretch. So your hands are right under those shoulders. I'm going to have you curl your toes under and press your heels away from you. You're going to take a big inhale. Exhale, start with your low back curling. Your low back is curling, not anything else until now. Now you can come up to your upper back, curl your spine up to the ceiling, and then lengthen your spine out just to a flat back. We're not going to do any cows. Exhale, pull that belly in, start bending your low back, flexing that pubic bone towards you, and then come up into that upper back and lengthen out. Press into those toes. You're going to hover your knees 2 inches off the mat And curl that spine again. And lengthen, trying not to move those knees. Curl that spine. And lengthen back out. And lower those knees. And we'll come into just a little stretch time. I want to make sure we have time to have a little discussion. So you can just sit facing me. And you just sit in the crisscross applesauce kind of position, or whatever feels comfortable on your legs. If you need to have them straight out, you can do that or bent. You're going to take your right hand to the floor, press into that hand, lift your left hand up and over your head for a side bend, and exhale back up. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling, side bending over, trying not to twist one way or the other. This time as we side bend, you're going to come up and over, use your hand to grab onto that ear and find a little more stretch through your side as you use your hand. Coming up and over, reach that arm up long to the ceiling and grab onto that opposite ear, finding a little more stretch as you press your hand into your head. And coming back up, interlacing both hands and pressing your arms out in front of you, lifting those arms to the ceiling and lift your chest to the ceiling. And bend your arms down and clasp your hands behind your back. Press those arms away, find that stretch. I'm really tight through my chest and shoulders, so this is a huge stretch for me. If that's easy for you, feel free to curl yourself forward and lift those arms towards the ceiling. I'm just going to stay here so I don't wrench my shoulders out of their sockets. And then slowly, using your belly and your arms, bring your arms forward and roll your shoulders back. And roll your shoulders forward. Take your head to the left and roll it down to the front. And your head to the right. And roll it down. One more on each side, to the left. And roll your head to the front of your body. And last side to the right. Roll it down and sit up tall. And we're done with that part. So thank you. You guys did a great job. I could see some of you went to incognito mode, so I couldn't see you. But hopefully you were, not eating a pint of ice cream while we were all working out. So I would love to, now's the time where you can unmute yourselves. And we'll just take a few moments just to reflect. You might need to grab those papers if you don't remember what you wrote. Sometimes I can't remember within 45 minutes what I actually wrote, but just taking a little time to reflect on what the Lord might have said to you, whether it was through scripture, whether it was through moving your body. And again, it doesn't have to be positive. It could be a longing or a desire that grew, something you wanted but maybe didn't get. But anyway, anything is good, whatever you feel like the Lord might have shared with you during this time. I'll go first, just to, the words that stood out to me were a firm grip, that he has a firm grip on me. And those are good words this morning, because last night I heard a friend is going to pass away soon from leukemia, so it was just good to know that he has a firm grip on me and on her. So that's, and a firm grip when I'm working out.
I'll go. My words were power and strength, and obviously I used them during the workout. So, oops. Something really weird happened on my screen.
I know. I can see you still, Heather, but there's a screen save now. I don't know.
I think you hit share screen.
I didn't touch mine, but Anyway, I can see you. I can see some of us.
It says we're viewing Arlene Paris's screen.
Yeah, how did that?
If you go to the top, there's a stop share.
Okay. There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't have a story that goes with that. You know, I mean, there's just all sorts of, I guess during this time, I have been led to pray for my family in prayers that I have prayed for a long time, and then just kind of, they're big, lofty prayers. And during this time, I have just felt like I needed, and so I had pushed those big, lofty prayers away for more immediate things in the last 6 months to a year. And I feel like God's calling me back to those big, lofty prayers. So that's where power and strength comes in. So.
Love that. Thanks, Heather.
The words that came to me, I loved it in the third version that you read, that he has a firm grip on you. I like that. It's just good to know.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good reminder. Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been in on this. This was fun. I've never done pilots in English, nor done it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything was fun. So thank you.
I'm so glad. Are you in France, by the
I
way?
live in Lyon. Yeah, I live in Lyon, France. Yes.
Okay.
We're still on lockdown. We still have to sign a paper and tell what time we leave, but that's going to end soon. But it's pretty wild in France, but we're hanging in there.
Yes. Well, I
have 3 Zoom things a day, so this is just to fill in the afternoon a little. Go ahead.
Yes. I think I've met you before. I can't remember if it was at a crew conference or at Asmara, but anyway, hi.
Hi, Crystal. I went to the Asmara conference. I've always called it Asmara in Cyprus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I met you there.
Were you there?
I was. Yes.
We had a lot of fun. It was great. I really loved it. So again, thank you, Christina. And this is a wonderful initiative. How many weeks have you done this now?
This is the third.
Okay, great, thank you. I'll see if I can join in again.
Anyone else want to share? I see a hand. Marion? I don't have my glasses on.
Hi, yes. I unfortunately got downstairs today. I'm in Peru in the jungle. I recognize Joy Velez from the Lima conference, like 6 years ago. But I live in the jungle now, and I got up and I did some holy yoga last night, and I was so excited about this. And while I was moving the chair, I threw my back out.
Oh,
so
no.
I know it's not your fault though. It happened before we started. So I just laid down and watched, did what I could. And this has never happened to me ever. So it's funny because while I'm writing my hand, I'm in pain. And I wrote, health is on the finger now. And ministry direction as well, because everything's kind of shut down for us. We work with an indigenous people group. They have no internet and they don't even have phone signal. And we're like 4 hours away. So we're really recalibrating. But I laid down and I was like, I just felt like the Lord just said to me, like your mom when you're little, did you hurt yourself?
Oh.
And it was so sweet. And I'm like, did that come from my head or from the Lord? I don't know, but that just really comforted me that, I'm lying there. I can't participate very well. And it looked like an awesome workout, but everything was like kind of lower back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, thanks for doing this. This is awesome. I think it's so cool that you can combine spiritual direction and Pilates. That's awesome. And just God bless you all and where you are and the quarantining. We're on day 50 here, and hopefully it'll be like 1 more week. So,
wow, yeah, yeah. Thanks. No, I mean, just how sweet of the Lord to even, you know, when we're caring for so many people, that he would stay with you and ask, did you hurt yourself? And just, a good father, sweet father to you this morning.
I really, that word uphold just brought a strong visual to my mind. Not that it's a particular need or whatever. I just felt like maybe that was the image that I was getting, that God's upholding me with his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yeah. Thank you, Angie. Yeah.
I had the impression that I was on a swing set and Jesus was pushing, and that gave movement, and you know, it gave me a better view at the top of the swing. But I would be still if it wasn't for him, you know. And I, you know, that excited me.
I love that. That's a beautiful picture. Thanks, Megan. Anyone else want to share or reflect on their experience of putting these two things together?
Hi, my name is Diana. I would like to share my words. Trust and love. And God spoke on my heart that everything will be okay. Just trust in Him. He is in control of everything. Thank you for the class. It was awesome.
No, thank you. Yes. Oh, beautiful that I love how he's meeting each person so differently. You know, we've never think of that verse to have so many ways that he would meet us all.
Crystal, I really liked the cutting out the hand and putting on it, you know, just really that feeling like, wow, it's almost like, yeah, he's really holding your hand. And so to me, it was that held, but also in that, you know, being seen, being heard, being held, like it's as real, you know, which we know he is, but that just felt more real, but that uphold or held. I get that.
Yeah, I like that too. It was, at first I thought, okay, this is like really remedial kind of art, but I loved, even just the touch of that.
Maybe that's why I like it, because it didn't require too much creativity. I think I could do that, but then, you know, to really hold it, that was cool.
Yeah, thanks, Christina.
I discovered that my hands aren't exactly the same size. I'm joking.
Probably true.
Very nice.
Hopefully the right hand is bigger.
Yeah, the right hand of God.
Well, for me as well, I had the word uphold, and thank you for the exercise. I've really enjoyed. I've tried.
Yeah.
Everything that you said we do, and I was doing the exercise. The one that had caught me earlier was uphold, and then I saw the right hand pulling my left hand up, and I was thinking in fear, and was raising me up, holding me with his right hand.
I love that. Thank you, Rosie.
This is Becca. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Sure. Yes.
My word was peace. And I think just with the, you know, everything feeling like it's out of control and, you know, all the unknowns, that I just loved being able to rest in his peace and knowing that his goodness was bigger than any of the chaos we might feel, but just kind of resting in that peace. So thank you, Crystal.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, my word was helper. That kind of surprised me. That, you know, the idea that he is not calling us into anything in our walk with him, and especially now that he does not help us He doesn't go before us. He goes before us. He helps us. He doesn't call us into anything that's we're not able to do in his strength. And that gave me great relief. Like, I think rhythms are different now. Technology, there's just some changes in our lifestyle and our rhythms of our day. But whatever he's calling us to, he is helping us. So thank you, Crystal. I really love the idea of the hands.
Thank you, Joy. Yeah, good. Lots of things for hands with you, huh?
Yeah.
Chin and everything, yeah. Anyone else want to share before we?
I will. Yeah, so I agreed with the other people on their words, but strength was coming to mind more. I know I've just had a lot of negativity from being online lately and was thinking I needed to like go into my burrow and stay there. And I'd actually forgotten this was coming on. I just finished a class. So I was like, oh, awesome. I'm awake. I finished a class. And so I appreciate that this is here just to encourage me that there's still, positive strength coming from connecting with people digitally. So I really, really am appreciative of that.
Yeah. So glad you joined.
Where do you live?
I am currently living near Memphis, and we haven't really connected here yet. So this is really interesting to have several months where it's impossible to connect and feel like we're back to being Americans.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although I'm teaching somebody in Lille.
Oh.
Priscilla here. I didn't really want anybody to see my legs going up in the air, so I just kept it.
Yeah.
But actually, it's interesting because as I was trying to do this Pilates, I thought, man, I am not flexible. And I think of myself as a pretty flexible person, but flexible physically and flexible the rest of the way don't necessarily meet up. But it occurred to me how we've had to be so flexible during this time. When I was listening to all your words, I didn't write that down, but that's what I was thinking. I'm like, wow, especially my shoulders and neck are not very flexible, but I feel like I've been pretty flexible during this time. So anyway, I might have to come and take your Pilates class so that my shoulders and neck get a little more flexible. But yeah, I mean, God has, I think, given us all the ability to be very flexible during this time and think of new ways to do things. And I've just been reading a couple of, update letters from friends who are working around the world and just the way they've had to change and do things. And we all have, but it's so amazing to see what God has been doing when we're forced to think differently about how we do things. So that's just been such an amazing thing for me to see and so much to thank God for.
Yeah. Thanks, Priscilla. Yeah, and I think even on a much smaller level of thinking about God in different ways as we use our bodies, because sometimes we don't necessarily, we have our time with the Lord and then our workout time or hiking or whatever, and just what that's like to bring in, how he's speaking to you as you move your body in new ways. So.
I love the idea too that we're coming from all different parts of the world, and yet God's righteous right hand holds us all. And that strength is so incredible that he only needs one hand to do it. I'm getting to the place where I need both hands to do everything, in strength. I'm losing strength, but he loses nothing. He's got it all within him to cover us all wherever we are.
Love that.
Just an anecdote. I've had a little time I realize that since I can't be out running around like I usually do, that I get off some of my energy like everybody else cleaning. So I so happen to have a chandelier with 382 little crystals on it. Sounds like a palace chandelier. Well, clean, when you wash, you rinse, and you dry, that's 3 times 300 and whatever it is. It comes to about 1,000 times to say, thank you, Lord.
Wow. Maybe that's your new book. Instead of 1,000 Gifts by Ann Boskamp, you can have 1,000 chandelier crystals.
Oh.
Well, I am so glad that you joined us today. I know Christina is. If you have anything you want to add, Christina, feel free. But thank you for joining. And I loved working out with you and just hearing how the Lord met you during this time. And I would encourage you again to take some of those words or pictures into your week and see if the Lord has any more for you as you sit with him in that.
Crystal, will you close in prayer in a second? I'll just make a couple announcements and then just pray us out. So just next week, we'll be back here again. So Tuesdays, we're trying the same time. We're going to try it one more time. But Amy Young will be here and kind of take us through a COVID debrief. So she has some questions just to process where we are with COVID. She's written some materials and she's just going to share some of that with us. So again, we'll be doing something every Tuesday, kind of looking a little different. But next Tuesday will be Amy Young COVID debrief. So thank you guys for coming. We love this. We love to just join in with you in these different activities, knowing that you all are we're all throughout the world. And, we're still so appreciative for what you do. And so we want to be here to encourage you. So again, and thank you, Crystal. This was it's just fun to do something really different, together. So I really appreciate that Crystal let us through. For us, start our morning. For you guys, some of you are about to go to bed, but that's what's fun about this, right? So hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And Crystal, why don't you take it from there?
Real fast, Christina.
Oh, yeah.
Someone asked if the recording would be available on Facebook or...
Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to see how it all turned out and make sure we're good. And then we'll put that on, either that or we'll put Crystal's, she has another Pilates video, but so we're going to try and put that on if I can figure it out.
Sorry if you already answered that. I was waking up my daughter.
Oh, no. I didn't say that. I'll do it. But I'm just maybe for a couple days, we won't leave it on there for a long time, but we'll probably just leave it for a couple days.
Yeah, it was great. I would do it again.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah, if she puts the other pre-recorded one, that's a whole different workout and activity. So we'll see what works. Yeah. Well, let me progress. Are you done, Christina? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Father, thank you for being with us today in our bodies, in our hearts, in our souls. Thank you for speaking to us. Thank you that your righteous right hand never fails and never fails to hold us and be with us. Thank you that we are your beloved and we love you so much. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Great to meet you all. Get to see faces that I haven't seen for a while. So fun, very fun. Thanks for joining.
Angie, good to see you.
Yeah.
You too, Dorothy.
I know. So fun to see people.
I know.
Bye. Have a wonderful fair evening.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Here we go.
Yes. Yay.
All right. Thanks, Crystal.
Yeah, thanks. I think it went well. Was the video, you could see me okay and everything?
Stop the recording right now.